This week, we have a couple of news items to share pertaining to one of the cutest little carnivores on the planet, the red fox. Specifically, the Sierra Nevada red fox, which roams the backcountry in California, only now in much smaller numbers than before. Now endangered, wildlife groups are calling on government agencies to do more to help the struggling population. At the end of the year, the Center for Biological Diversity even went so far as to file a lawsuit against the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, saying the agency failed to take steps to provide habitat protection, which the nonprofit claims is necessary for the red fox to recover. There's just no way to save these precious foxes without protecting the places they live, said Noah Greenwald, Endangered Species Director at the center. The human footprint has gotten so huge that not even the high elevation and snow-covered mountains where these foxes live are safe. In 2021, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service made a critical decision regarding the Sierra Nevada red fox, a species severely threatened by climate change and a dangerously small population. While they classified the fox as endangered under the Endangered Species Act, they stopped short of designating critical habitat. The service argued that habitat destruction wasn't the primary cause of the fox's endangerment, meaning habitat protection wasn't necessary. But the advocates say their habitat is also under siege from snowmobiles, recreational activities, development, and livestock grazing. Critical habitat designation would not only help safeguard these animals but also guide land managers in their efforts to recover the species. Historically, the Sierra Nevada red fox roamed the highlands of the Sierra Nevada, thriving in forests and alpine meadows. Today, their population has shrunk to fewer than 50 individuals, confined to a small part of Stanislaus National Forest and a few surrounding forests. The 2021 decision also tied back to regulations set by the Trump administration in 2019, which wildlife advocates say made it easier to deny habitat protection for many species. The Biden administration kept these rules in place, even in an updated version. This decision is now being challenged by the Center for Biological Diversity and its partners. People are harming the natural world in complex and interconnected ways that are devastating to animals like the Sierra Nevada red fox, Greenwald added. We're in an extinction crisis that urgently demands action. We don't expect to see that action under the Trump administration, but we'll keep pushing as hard as we can. While advocates push for change on the habitat front, some scientists are looking at whether or not crossbreeding red foxes from different subspecies may be necessary for the survival of isolated populations. The process is called genetic rescue, and the Sierra Nevada red fox was one of the species cited in a study published on the subject on September 26th in the journal Molecular Biology and Evolution. It noted that in small, isolated populations, inbreeding can cause serious genetic problems, leading to what's called an extinction vortex, a cycle where the population's genetic health worsens, making it harder to grow. Genetic rescue is one solution, which involves moving individuals from other populations to introduce new genetic material. This can boost fitness, but it also carries risks, like outbreeding depression, where mixing different gene pools harms survival. Scientists have studied the genomes of these fox populations to understand the extent of inbreeding and the risks of mixing different groups. While some populations retain more genetic diversity, the isolated groups in California's Lassen area need immediate help. Genetic rescue might be part of the solution, but creating or connecting larger populations for better gene flow could be the key to long-term survival. Don't stop here. Find out more. Visit the links in the description below for more in-depth information on the stories presented in this video. Or if you are a part of a wildlife organization doing something interesting right now, let us know in the comments.